This is John Schroyer for the Colorado Springs Gazette. A 17-year-old climber fell about 40 feet off a popular climbing route at Garden of the Gods on Monday afternoon, and a high-angle rescue had to be performed by the Colorado Springs Fire Department. Though the boy sustained several injuries, he lived through the accident and was awake and speaking to rescuers as they evacuated him from the park. The teen was in a party of 3 climbers, all with proper climbing gear. Though it rained Monday afternoon, it's unclear if the weather was a factor in the accident. It also rained on Sunday, and a general rule of thumb in the climbing community is to not climb on sandstone for at least 2 days after it rains.
Well, we got the call to come over here with our high-angle rescue team, and when we made our recon up top, we heard that a young man had fallen off the rocks approximately 30 to 40 feet. Not sure what we had. We had to hike up the steep slope you see behind me and evaluate what we had, and the young man was hurt. I can't go to the extent of the injuries, but we decided to go ahead and evacuate him out with ropes in our Stokes litter basket to get him down the hill. The slope and the angle was our biggest concern, as well as the boulders and the sage and the scrub oak that you see up behind me. A lot of loose dirt and rocks as well in there, so getting him safely down the embankment was our biggest challenge, and that took approximately a half hour to do so. He was not wearing a helmet and falling that distance, obviously with the rock situation up there, we had to make sure that he was alert and oriented. And which he was talking with us. He did have some other injuries that we had to attend to while we were up on the rocks, and then we had to safely get him into our basket and onto a backboard so we could take him to the hospital and be evaluated by a physician. He was telling us a little bit about what had happened. There was a mishap up where he was out on the rocks, approximately 40 feet up, and not really understanding him because of his mental status being altered somewhat. We weren't real sure. We just took our precautionary measures like we normally do and got him out as safely as we could. He had some friends up there, and they were concerned about him, but they were pretty scared as well, and they weren't able to really recall what had happened while we were up working, getting him out of there. Safety's the biggest message. There's plenty of safe places to climb the rocks here in the garden, and they were in a safe spot, but obviously he wasn't wearing a helmet. So wearing the safety equipment that's required by the city and the park is absolutely necessary to make sure that they can enjoy the summer day and enjoy climbing on the rocks here in the garden. It would surprise you about the different types of falls that we respond to here in the garden and how people land and how lucky they truly can be, especially not wearing the safety equipment necessary, such as a helmet. And that could have gone really bad for that young man if he would have landed a little bit differently. So I think he can be really fortunate, and I'm pretty sure he'll be wearing a helmet the next time he's out climbing.
For all the latest news, like the Gazette on Facebook and follow us on Twitter and Instagram.